So I guess we're going to head toward the Trident.
If you would like.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I show him, since that's where he wants to go, I'll show him the way there.
Let's get a table and get some drinks.
You'll be able to hear a sampling of live music as you approach. And in going inside, you'll see Galactus dutifully wiping at something on the counter, as bartenders do. There aren't many people here in the dead of noon, but a couple. Enjoy the music.
I like your best ale. I like some of your best ale.
Galactus will look up, tilt his head quizzically, and look over at Vasios and Avra. Well, you lost one, but you gained another. Traded a minute for a centaur.
Hey, he's off doing his own thing.
Being a captive of the sirens is doing his own thing, sure.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll see him again.
Very good.
Avra, do you have any other stories of your adventures?
What's another movie I can rip off?
You ever see a movie?
Of your adventures.
You ever see a movie called Lady Hawk?
First adventure?
My first adventure wasn't my adventure. It was a centaur named, a satyr named Phil. Oh wait, have I seen what?
It's an old movie. It's before your time, never mind.
What was it?
Lady Hawk.
Oh, Lady Hawk, that was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
As the old men share some
It was made in the 80s.
Yeah. Us old guys.
Do recall that Will Wheaton was referenced as somebody on The Big Bang Theory as opposed to Star Trek. So,
No, from The Big Bang Theory.
yeah, no, that's fine. That's where it matters as far as your interaction and learning. So, no judgment here. You can't force yourself to be born earlier all of a sudden.
All the judgment here, you young whippersnapper.
You're welcome to judge.
So did you guys do anything before the excursion to the islands? Or is this your first go out?
We fought a hag. Actually, I think we fought 2 hags. But...
Oh, so you were fighting hags, good.
It was just one.
Yeah, but I think we only killed 1. Okay, it was just 1.
Yeah. Prior to, you guys had met, being commissioned for a job which kind of went awry, involved your large minotaur friend wearing a dress, whatever that was subterfuge for.
Someone was wearing a dress?
That's the story that I heard.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good story.
Indeed. But yes, thereafter, the hag was defeated. A girl was saved. All were happy, except for somehow the Minotaur knew that there were other hags, despite never having encountered or read about them before in his life, but that's meta for you.
I'll be happy to help you guys kill them.
They are, in fact, quite filthy creatures.
They're a affront to nature.
I'm inclined to agree.
They cause the forest to turn dark. Is just terrible.
Galactus provides flagon of ale for everybody.
Thank you,
Floats
sir.
his rag up on his shoulder. Anything
How
you
much
need
would
before
that
you
be?
go out?
Yeah, your best roast.
He nods to Arian Lin and then looks at Avra and Thrasios.
How much would that be for you, sir?
Says, well, for local heroes, I could spare the entire meal for your group. Just a gold piece.
All right, I'll pay you.
He nods,
Well, isn't that nice? Yeah.
deftly scoops up the coin. It disappears somewhere you don't see. He goes back to wiping the counter. Well, there's a couple tables open there. He gestures.
Thank you for the good value. Appreciate it. If you ever need us for anything, we'll be there.
Says, oh, I will let you know. Heard they're still looking for any sign of other hags in town, but I haven't heard anything come through about that.
Any other rumors you heard?
It's been a quiet week here. Not much of note since you were last in.
Do you get many adventurers?
Once in a while they come through. Depends on what you would call an adventurer. I reckon anyone who serves on one of the ships could qualify. Of course, we've
Oh, you get a lot of the.
population as of late.
So you get a lot of the ship crews that come.
He nods. Not as many patrons lately. Whatever's going on out there. But I've got enough of the locals keeping me afloat here.
Yeah, this is my first time in this city. Makes me very nervous.
Worry not, friend. Your kind are accepted here, as are all others. It's your disposition that can get you in trouble, not the fact that you've got 4 legs.
So, you guys, how long do you think we have to wait for his answer? Should we get
Whose answer?
Should we get a room here? You have rooms, don't you, sir?
For whose answer? What are you talking?
Do you have rooms here? Is this
What are you talking about there? What answer are we waiting for?
from the committee, wherever it is, waiting for an answer for by the negotiation?
Well, that's between them and the sirens. I'm not writing messages back and forth.
I didn't say you were wrong. I said, when do you think we'll hear from them?
That's not up to us anymore. We've passed along the message. Let them deal with it.
Yeah, and bureaucracy runs slow.
Weren't we the ones that told the sirens will get them be part of the negotiation, or no?
No, I never said I was going to be. Besides, they didn't seem to like my presence.
Oh, they didn't.
So, what do you guys want to do now?
Well, as Theo said, there's another hag to the north. I was going to investigate that.
Oh yeah, I'm for it.
You are, of course, welcome to stay the night or take off right away.
Let's get a long rest, and then we'll leave in the morning.
If you want to stay the night, we can.
So I think the inn that you were actually getting rooms from was the other one, because this place here
I think so too.
is strictly service.
The other one was a nicer one.
The Sea Spray Inn, that's the one. Yadma, the innkeeper, is a satyr.
Uh-huh.
Sea Spray Inn.
All right,
over in
we can go
North which that number appears to be covered. Yes, there it is. Over yonder. So yes, you are welcome to continue to board there.
How are we doing on rations? Or do we want to hunt for our food?
You can hunt for your food if you want.
We should pick up some rations while we're in town.
Oh, you just got paid, so that would be a good idea if you need that or any other items.
Yeah, there are a couple shops in the commerce district can help you out with basic equipment.
How much of the 10 rations did we use since we last came here?
Oh, just a couple. You would have had time to nibble on that between islands and the like, but it all happened rather quickly.
So just 2?
On top of the fact that we've been eating other things.
Mm-hmm. You did at the shipwreck island have some fruits that were foraged from the island itself, if I recall correctly. That certainly helped. But yeah, I would say only 2 have been used.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so you might be still good for travel.
Yeah, I got 8 rations this week. And we'll be able to do hunting too. So.
If any need. Reckon a day or two's travel, depending on how much haste you decide to take. So it's up to you when you wake in the morning, how quickly you want to go, how soon.
Well, it's better to take it slow, then we won't be surprised or ambushed. It's always better to be alert, ready for anything. So what kind of terrain do we have to travel through?
It's going to be a main forested path that heads north, and then Thales would have told you that there's a small fork that leads toward the coast, and that'll take you to the village. Again, they're not on the coast, but close by.
Is it days or hours?
It would be a day or 2, depending on how quickly you travel.
Alright, so 2 days. Okay. We're going to stay alert and travel slow. Yeah.
Alrighty.
If that's fine with the party.
Sorry, which one?
Do you want to travel slow and alert or normal and less alert?
I was just going to take the ship. Probably cut our travel time down, quite a bit.
That depends if we could reach it by ship. Can we reach it by ship, do you?
No, but we can get close to it.
It was not on the coast, but close to it.
Oh, so we could follow the coast. All right, we'll go on the ship most of the way.
You'll want to find Captain Lien, see if she is down, taxiing you up the coast a ways. That'll cut down your travel to, I would say you could actually probably reach the coast around nightfall and either sleep on the ship overnight or make a camp on the beach or something.
Theros, you know the captain better, so you talk to her.
That's fine. In the morning. Not right now. I'm tired.
Oh, we get a room?
I'm getting a room. You can do whatever you want.
All right, well, I guess we'll all get a room.
Thrasios and
Well,
Phil
actually,
still
I'm
have
getting-
time on their rooms. You guys had paid up. I think I had it. Well, I don't know.
For like a week.
But yeah, I think it was like a week ahead. And then Ari and Wind can actually use your Minotaur friends'
Let's
rooms since they are not here. And they have a.
All right.
I can't use the room, I gotta go to the stable.
If you want to go to the stable, that's on you.
I can't sleep on a bed.
Strange looks. Again, yeah, you're not being used to city life and such. It might be uncomfortable to sleep in a bed, but you're encouraged to take it. There are amenities for centaurs. You don't have to.
Yeah, like that giant fucking floor right there.
She'll probably feel,
You can sleep on the floor next to the fire.
she'll probably feel better in the stable.
Yeah, if you like. It
She's not used to cities and towns, so rooms are like too constricted for her.
confining. Got a little bit of claustrophobia.
Yeah.
All these
Claustrophobic.
man-made structures. Well, the stables don't smell as nice to your companions, but for you, it'd be a little more natural than the artificial aromas coming from indoors. Luckily, here in Data Harbor, pretty warm, unless a good coast wind breeze comes up, but you should be comfortable there. Other animals, mostly horses, in the stables will give you your space. But your night will go otherwise uneventful, unless anyone wishes to venture out or do any shopping or anything. Meals are on the house as part of your room and board, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, I don't have enough gold for any scrolls or anything, so probably nothing. Oh yeah, is there a apothecary around?
I don't know if I have specifically an apothecary mentioned.
Anywhere where they make
Find like a small stall at least that might be able to satiate your needs. And I don't have.
I want to find out how regular healing potions cost.
I'm sorry, say again, because I didn't catch any of that.
I just want to find out how much normal healing potions are.
Oh, just use compendium.
I don't know if it'll have in there. Would be starting at 50 gold pieces for standard healing potion. Be the one that restores 2d4 plus 2.
All right, I'll buy one of those.
Yeah.
Just one?
I only have 80 gold.
Yeah, 50's kind of expensive for low level characters.
A little bit. But it might just save your life.
All right.
I mean, I've been living in the forest, probably making my own potion.
Yeah, so the potion you get is going to be more concentrated. You will be able to catch a slight hint of a smell of a familiar ingredient, but it has definitely been processed, concentrated into a nice red liquidy vial.
Yeah, I got proficiency with herbalist kit, but I don't have the herbs yet, so I guess I have to just buy the potion for them.
And the raggedy human running the stall does have a few things hanging, a few herbs. But when they see that you've got coin to spend, they encourage you toward buying one of their potions.
Oh, do you have herbs for making potion? Healing potion?
I'll tell you, not much left after the last batch.
Because I got 32 gold I want to spend, so if you want it, it's up to you.
The most that they have available would be kind of potpourri style herbs, aromatic, less so geared toward actual practical properties, but they're willing to part with the last of their stash for 5 gold. There'd just be a few hanging sprigs.
Do I know if those are used for healing potions?
She specifically tells you they're not.
Alright, I only need herbs if I could use them to make potions.
You'll get a shrug.
Thank you anyway. Have a good night.
You are now in possession of Potion of Healing and less gold. And do Avra and Thrasios have anything they would like to accomplish or acquire before leaving the harbor?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either.
Okay. Well, and you should have all
Hey,
of your adventuring gear back and in good form, so any of that you had, like the sirens didn't take any of your stuff. That was all left on the boat. So any of your rope or bedrolls or anything else still in your possession.
how do you add the healing to the name thing?
I'm not sure what you're asking, but if you drag from the compendium onto your character sheet, you should be able to see the potion of healing populate. Like look up.
I don't know how to do that. Could you do it for me?
Yeah. So and just for the future reference, I'm going to go ahead and get that done for you. So what you'll want to do is have your character sheet open, and then you'll go to the compendium and search like healing or healing potion, or it's potion
Where's
of
the
healing. So if you just do
where's the
potion or just
companion?
healing, and then when you get your results, you just drag the potion from the compendium side onto your open character sheet, and Viola, that's voila. But and at the very bottom of your equipment list, you've got a potion of healing there. You have a dagger +1 and potion of healing again.
What is it under items?
I would just use the search bar. It'd be a lot quicker to just type in like healing in the search bar and then scroll down to items. That way you don't have to go through every single thing in the compendium because that could be tedious. And if you type in potion, you're going to get tons of other potions that aren't healing. But yeah, I've got that done for you there.
Yeah, later on I'll learn how to do that.
Yeah, drag and drop, pretty straight up, convenient.
Yeah, I think I got it. Huh? You just search and
Indeed. Well,
actually you don't have to put that twice, right? You could just put 2 in. That's right.
technically, I think you could put the item amount as 2, but I just added
Well, that's
it
fine.
separately.
It's fine. All right, it's fine.
And then, yeah, if like you end up using it up, you can just remove one of those items instead of changing number. Whatever works for you.
So was that night uneventful? Or
Indeed.
all right, I guess Theros will have to ask the captain if he could ship us along the coast.
And unless your character specifically likes to sleep in, you'll likely be accustomed to waking up pretty close to dawn. The sun comes up, the city starts bustling. A lot of fishermen actually get out earlier than sunrise by a little bit, but there are far fewer of them right now, so less of a disturbance in the stables and the inn, respectively.
Yeah, druids are early birds.
Totally up to you. I don't want to dictate, just in an era without electricity.
And she's quite nervous. She wants to get out of the city as quickly as possible.
Not that boats are any more comfortable for Hovenkind. Well, maybe you enjoy it.
Well, better than out of the city.
So then Thrasios wanted to track down Captain Leah.
Yeah, he's just going to inquire if she's willing to take him up the coast.
You'll be able to find her, and she's actually going to be speaking with Galactus back at the Triton's Respite. And as you come in, you hear she's giving her version of the events that unfolded. And then when you step forward, you receive a nod from both of them. She will raise her cup toward you before taking a sip.
I'll give them both nods back. But yeah, I'll just approach her. We got another job north of here inland, but taking us up the coast would cut our travel time down if you're willing.
We should get the captain of Barrow Vale for helping. But that's up to you guys.
She nods.
I'm sorry, say that again?
You should get the captain of Barrel Ale for helping us all this time.
Oh. Huh. We helped her more than we helped her more than she helped us, and we paid her on top of that.
Oh, okay. That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did in fact save them from capture of the Sirens. Of course, they wouldn't have been captured by the Sirens if you guys hadn't taken them there, but that argument is not brought up. But she will nod and gesture with her hand toward an open window. Yeah, the crew, kind of unsettled. They don't like to stay in town very long. Maybe get some drinks, but then they're ready to head out. They're actually all getting the ship ready so that if we have need, I can call on them to depart at a moment's notice. Are you in a hurry?
We haven't rested for the night, have we?
You did.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did. In the morning, okay.
Yeah, you are.
Anytime this morning.
She chugs down the ale, wipes her mouth, sides the mug over to Galactus, sweeps it up, starts cleaning it out with his rag. She says, well, no time like the present. Heads to the front door. She will continue walking to her boat if she is not impeded.
Captain, is there any way I could help on the boat?
A quick question to clarify. Did Thrasios go by himself to the Triton's Respite, or did you gather your friends?
If they're willing and able to go, yeah, I'll take them. If they're sleeping in or getting breakfast, then I went by myself.
Arian, when will you have a
Yeah, I went with him.
All right. Avra is in the group. So, will Arian...
we all probably met up for breakfast before we...
It's up to you if you want to have eaten or not before you go. Again, it's all on the house with your room and board, so no extra cost there. Other than time.
Yeah, why give up a free meal, right?
And then the three of you will follow Captain Leah to the ship. You'll receive familiar nods from the crew on board there.
I'll kind of mingle with it and drink with them.
Well, the crew is going to be busy, and they don't want to be intoxicated just in case they have to defend themselves. So they will decline offers of drinks, but you can catch small chat on your journey in between their duties. But Leo will announce just a quick trip up the coast.
I mean the crew that's off duty.
There are 0 of those.
Wow. They don't go by shifts?
They all have a role and fulfill it pretty consistently through the afternoon, morning.
All right. I guess I'm drinking alone.
Your friends can join you. You could offer to your new Satyr or Triton friend if they want to drink before noon. That's their prerogative.
Not Thrasios.
To a favorable adventure.
Well, get her done. Have one for me if that's your thing.
Well, it is a nice journey northward. You will reach a point on shore. It is easy to reach with the dinghy. It looks like there's a trail that goes up the cliffside and deeper into the woods. And it's going to be between noon and evening, so the sun is on its decline, but still some daylight hours left. You are welcome to venture forth or set up camp on the beach, or stay on the boat. They will be docking overnight here, so whatever might be comfortable for you guys.
What do you want to do?
How far inland is the town?
You would anticipate that you could probably make it there. It might be dark when you arrive, but probably before midnight. That again is based on the rough directions you received. You don't know for sure because you haven't been in this portion of the landmass. You can probably make the village by nightfall. You push along.
So you want to venture forth?
Well, it depends on how anxious we are to get there. Do you want to get there at night or do you want to get there in the morning?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm following you guys.
What's you, Ever?
Are hags weaker at a specific time?
Not that I know of.
I don't think it
I don't know.
matters too much.
Well, then better get it done than wait on it, I guess.
While we're waiting, there's something, guys, I would like to do out in the woods by myself.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
No, I'm just going to try to summon a creature.
Well, as long as it doesn't attack us.
No, it'd be a small creature. Us druids, like sorcerers, we have the ability to get familiar. So I'll be out in the woods if one of you want to accompany me, so I won't be alone.
You have essentially you'll have to request an hour to get that done. If your friends
Yeah.
are willing to hang out, maybe set up a camp and have some food, or not set up a camp and do something else. But yeah, you need about an hour to get that all prepared.
Yep. So you guys want to help me out?
I'll just wait in camp.
I don't know how dangerous it is in these. I've never been to this land.
Well, then I wouldn't wander far.
All right, I'll try to stay near camp.
You are a friend to creatures, and you have some magic that can help you. So you would feel more comfortable out in the woods than, of course, the cityscape, as we have determined.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, would Thrasios and Avra like to accomplish anything in the next hour while Ariadne is busy with their familiar finding?
Guess I'll just sit back and rest.
Hang out, short rest. Avra, yourself?
The house that the hag was in, did we for sure clear that?
We did.
You did explore.
Okay.
There weren't any hidden trapdoors to a basement or anything. It was all a pretty basic house. Looks like they were going for simplicity with their guise and deception. Of course,
What's good about the familiar, it'll allow me to have the familiar touch one of you for a heal spell instead of me.
that you can.
Hmm?
And out of the options given for your familiar, is there one that you prefer?
Just a random.
I'm sorry?
Just a random movie, huh?
Well, you get to choose.
Oh, I do? I thought it was random.
Because you draw in a spirit, but it takes the form of an animal that you choose. It would be, again, your choice whether it's a celestial, fae, or fiend at a base. But yeah, that spiritual form would coalesce into your chosen form.
Yeah, it would be a fade style.
Fey spirit, all right. And then there is at the
Because
very top of the spell description, you'll get a list of options there. Because you are on land, the only things that you wouldn't be allowed would be the octopus and fish and seahorse, because they would immediately die without the comfort of salt water.
I like
I
the
mean,
I like the hawk.
I mean, you could do it if you're just a dick.
I like the hawk. Hawk sounds good.
Okie dokie. Get a regular hawk. And I'm just putting this out here map so we can get the character sheet and stuff. It takes all of the form of that, uses its stats, etc. What would you like to name your hawk friend?
Let me think. Yeah, just give me a little while to get to the part, what the other party's doing.
All right. Well, while Aryan Wynn is contemplating hawk names, he will have completed his ritual. He is now accompanied by his feathered friend. And with that being done, all, unless you let me know otherwise, are ready to head onward toward the village.
Came up with a name, Onyx.
Onyx it shall be. And in between games, I'll try to get some art for a unique hawk, but it'll have a token and stuff for now. Let me make sure that the token nameplate matches. Alrighty then. So anything else before venturing onward toward the village?
Not for me.
That's
I'm
about
ready to
it.
go.
Good.
Well, you shall come upon the town just as nightfall is coming around, catch a nice sunset over the rooftops. Very simple village. You can see there is a fork kind of in the middle, like the main road goes through. There's a fork in the middle that heads up that is actually, well, it's not paved, but it's got more cobblestone. You can tell this leads to a general tavern, a couple more larger houses. You don't see anything in the way of blacksmiths or shops here. It looks to be a very focused village. The inn being slash tavern being really the only commercial place here.
Okay, I want to ask around the village people, find out where their leader is.
You want to ask the village people? Okay, so the construction worker doesn't offer anything of help, but the Indian fellow and the sailor are able to point you in the direction of the inn. They don't really have a town leader per se, but the gentleman who runs the inn is kind of an unofficial arbiter of disputes.
All right, thank you for the information.
And I'm joking, there wasn't a construction worker or sailor. I was the band, the Village People, who did the song YMCA, among others.
Well, maybe it was improving the village.
Young man.
So I guess we're heading toward the tavern.
Good place as any to start.
And you can
I'll send my hawk to
The people in town, because it's getting darker, there are fewer meandering about, but they do look at you with suspicion and are very cautious. They appear to be on alert. They're not necessarily friendly, very short with their directions.
Did Theo, or whatever the fuck his name was, tell us to contact someone specific?
Thales? Nope. He just said, rumors from up north. And that's all he gave you.
Alright.
Well, the most prominent person in the village is probably the best one to talk to, and that would be the tavern owner.
Unless, of course, the hag took that person's place.
Ha
I'd be very careful on who you talk to.
I'm gonna send my hawk into the pocket dimension for now.
Okay, doke.
A hawk in your pocket.
Pocket hawk.
What's that?
Pocket hawk.
We're heading to the tavern.
All right.
I'll head in.
You'll see at the main bar, grizzled old man. It is very, very simple in here. Crudely homemade wooden chairs and tables, like they were just hammered together outside and drug in. Definitely much lower standards than what you encountered in the city, where craftsmen have actually endeavored to make them aesthetically pleasing. There are...
Yeah, I'll probably know more about villages than cities.
It is likely, depending on how much you forayed into civilized society. I mean, it is still houses, so you may have a measure of trepidation, but it's definitely less daunting than a whole port city. Very busy, less populated because of the sirens, but to you, tons of people. And you may or may not have learned the hard way. That would be something for your background, but city folk can be selfish, deceptive. Some are nice. I mean, slice of humanity, right? But the bigger the city, the more chance people will have less respect for nature and animals and the like. That's neither here nor there. So you will see there are a few people here in the tavern. At one table, kind of seated quietly by themselves, are a pair of satyrs. They look sad and downtrodden. Again, a grizzled old human man at the bar. As his rag, when you come in, he's just whisked it off of his shoulder and begins scrubbing the counter. A few gazes of interest at the arriving party, being strangers. They avert their gaze if you try to make eye contact to make it look like they're not staring at you. And then when you're not looking, they'll go back to staring at you in curiosity.
It's understandable. You're having problems with a hag. So.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Conversation going on. Can I please get, as you guys are moving in and approaching the bartender, can I please get a perception check from everyone? I will take the first one.
How come it's not working?
It is. It put it into chat. Are you not seeing your results there? You actually rolled 3 times, which I'll take the first.
Oh, usually it goes dang or something. It makes it sound.
Oh, you may have your 3D dice enabled. To do that, if you go to the upper right-hand corner of Roll20 with the different tabs, go to the gear wheel on the far right, and then it should open up
All
the personalization thing. You want to scroll down to the tab that says Dice Options. And then when you open up that, I would just click all 3 boxes for enabling advanced and automatically roll.
All right, I marked all 3 boxes.
Cool. So now when you make a skill check or an attack, it will throw those dice up. So as an aside, you will see in the bottom left of Roll20 the different avatars of people's faces there. You can also change the size of those, by the way, if they're too big or small. But what I wanted to point out was next to your name is going to be a blue box. If you click on that blue box, you can change the color of your dice. You can leave it the same. I don't personally care, but it's a fun little personalization thing. Or if you get consecutive dice rolls, that's how I say air quotes changing your dice set to a different set if they're not cooperating. It's a silly thing. I don't think it actually does anything. But you are welcome to be as superstitious as you like. Alright, so Ari and Wynn will be a little bit distracted by the inside. Again, not being in civilized establishments very often. Just kind of really taking in the contrast between the aesthetics of the larger city compared to a village here. Again, very, very simplified here. But the fire is going and warm. Both Avra and Thrasios are going to pick up different snippets of conversation. And you are welcome to share with your friends what you hear. Or you can keep it to yourself, but I'm going to post in chat here what you do over here before you make it all the way to the bartender. So for Avra, have you heard it? Crying? I heard it once when I was a child. Never thought I'd have to hear it again. Chills me to the bone, it does. Thrasios, that old riverbed is where all the trouble started. Back when I was young, there was this old tale of a witch who wandered the banks searching for her children. She drowned long ago when she saw her man with another woman. Say she can't cross to the other side without them. She done killed him, though. Seems to me she has no business crossing over at all. Meanwhile, there's a little man at the bar. Gestures with his rag. Boy, travelers. Looking for a drink? A room? We've got one. Should be able to fit the three of you.
Yeah. Did we hear what they were talking about?
You did
Or
not.
just
You were distracted by being in a human place. That claustrophobia starts to close in on you, so it's just a little bit distracting. But Avra and Thrasios definitely hear a couple of different snippets of conversation. Those have been posted.
Well, I'm gonna tell the bartender. I hear your village is having problems with it.
Oh, you heard about that, did you? Yeah, well, people been hearing some things lately. That whole
Can you tell me?
is flowing again. He gestures to the table with the two satyrs sitting there. He says, Marna and Rick, they've actually lost their children. Wandered off at play or were taken. Of course, I don't know if it's any kind of spirit or curse or anything. I like to be more practical, but well, you know how people get. Rumors about.
Were their bodies ever found, or they just disappeared?
Oh no, no bodies found. They've actually gathered up what they could and sold off a lot of their goods, offering a small reward for their safe return, but well, we don't know for sure what their fate was. And he shrugs, whips his rag up onto his shoulder, and leans with both hands, taking you all.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the family and ask them about what happened with their children.
All right. Ari and Wynn has left Thrasios and Avra at the bar to go and bother the two satyrs. Will Thrasios and or Avra accompany, or you guys stay at the bar?
I'm gonna keep my ear out for more rumors.
All right.
I'm
Avra?
ask like the people sitting near the bar about the thing I'd overheard about the crying and.
They look over at you. They look up and then down to finally make eye contact. They kind of shuffle in their seats because you're a stranger they're not familiar with, but satyrs are definitely not intimidating by their presence, so they're not too put off. I heard the crying again. A couple people have. He hasn't heard it. Points over. I swear I did. Just the same as when I was a child. And they shudder involuntarily. Downright creepy. There's definitely something in those woods. And they steal a glance over toward Marna and Rick, the two satyrs that Arya is approaching. Those.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Go ahead.
I have no idea what you just said. I'm sorry, that was a little bit garbled in the mic.
Well, I said go ahead since you were talking. I don't want to talk over you.
Oh, okay. Have you heard the crying? Or did you just arrive? You related to them? Of course they think, because they're racist, that all satyrs know each other.
And I'm gonna go along with it. Yeah, no. They are my second cousins, real close. I'm here because I'm concerned for them. And I've heard rumors about a sea hag, and I was wondering if you guys have seen anything.
I don't know about that, but I don't know much about curses or creatures. Our little village here is pretty quiet for the most part. And we get a bear once in a while. People generally know to stay away. Kids know to come home. They never did come home that
Do you know where the kids were last seen?
This is a conversation Avra is having with people that are not Marna and Rick.
No, I'm asking the family of the satyr.
Yes, and they will be able to answer shortly. Was Avra? Go ahead.
I mean, I think Avra's pretty much done. He's gonna get a drink.
All right. Rejoining, Thrasios, you're hearing only little things. There is an escalated, heated conversation closer to the door, where they're really just arguing about whether it's a curse or not. Again,
Whether it's a what?
a curse or not. The old man is really insisting that the witch is real, and the other person is like, "Well, we do have lions and tigers and bears. It's silly to think it's a witch. No, darn it, it's a witch. I know the signs. You can feel it in the air."
Yeah, I'll keep a ear out towards that old man.
Because they are closer, you will be able to pick up what Ari and Lynn is exchanging with the two satyr parents. And Ari and Lynn, you had approached them to ask. You said you had heard about their children being missing as an introduction.
Yeah.
They sheepishly
Yes,
share glances at each other, and they kind of look up at you, and they don't answer. It looks like they're a little bit trepidatious about a stranger just coming up and talking about their kids. You can tell they're red-eyed. They have bags under their eyes. It looks like they haven't slept. They look very tired. Shoulders are hunched down. They're kind of just leaning on the table rather than sitting at it. They look very kind of beaten down.
Yeah, I'm sorry what what happened to your children. The tavern guys said they went missing, and we want to help however we can uh, solve this case. So I was just wondering if you know which area they disappeared in, and if you could show us.
Marna's eyes widen. No one has offered to look for them. Everyone is busy, or they believe them lost. And she looks over at Rick, and he starts digging in to his pockets, pulls out a pouch. Here's everything we've managed to gather. About 150 gold in total, but you'll find some silver in there too. But so far,
No
they
money.
ventured into the woods across that old riverbed. They're just too afraid.
No money is necessary.
Oh, are you sure? I mean, no, you're not from around here, and well, I don't know what carries you through our humble village, but we're glad to offer compensation. I mean, there's no price we wouldn't pay to see our children returned.
Well, if you want to pay me some 50 gold would be enough.
Say, well, even if you can't find
I'm not doing this
any
for the
information
money.
you can bring back to us will help.
Can you show us where you last saw them before they just disappeared?
They both share glances. You can tell that Marna doesn't really appear enthusiastic about it. Rick gives a heavy sigh, says, I can lead you out there.
Because I'm a good tracker and I might be able to pick up the track.
Yeah, I was able to follow. There's still footprints out there in the mud. But then they just disappear. He gives another heavy sigh and stands up. But I can show you.
And we also have a group that is going to be out doing this. So we'll probably, you'll be safe and you'll be safe.
Yes, we saw you enter with the blue one and the other satyr. You all dress as if you're from far away.
We believe your problem is a hag and they're an affront to nature. And we will dispatch of this creature and try to find your children if we can.
Marna immediately starts crying. A hag? Don't they eat children? Oh, and she starts bawling. And Rick goes to her side. And he kind of looks at you and tilts his head. And you can tell he's not angry, but he's a little bothered that you would bring that up in front of her like she's been through enough trauma. You kind of get a vibe that they've tried to avoid speculating on a negative fate. And to hear the word hag takes away some hope as to their children's well-being. That's all. He's kind of just giving you that look, though, like, stop.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to talking with people that much.
Says, there. He gives a quick kiss on the top of her head. Then he gestures toward the door. Well, if you'd like to see where they disappeared.
All right. I want to follow him.
And he kind of
I want to tell the party
looks over at the bar. Are your friends coming with, or?
Yeah, I'm going to tell the party. I'm going to tell you guys that he's going to show us where the kids were last seen.
And again, Thrasios and Avra were able to hear perfectly well that conversation. Just by way of proximity.
So you guys following?
Are you leaving?
He's going to show us where the children disappeared.
I'll follow behind in a minute.
Ava?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, we're going to follow the husband.
And while you are on your way, he is leading you out. He mentions, just kind of casually again, that this new riverbed has been formed. It was an old riverbed, and it seems that it recently started flowing again. He's never seen a river there in his lifetime, but his parents talked about long ago there being a river that was closer to the village. And he will look at Avra, say, "So, where do you hail from, dear?"
Skola Vale.
Says, "Oh, my grandparents hailed from there, but we've been here now a couple generations. Found a nice quiet place to make our own stead. How does the homeland fare?"
Oh, that's good.
It was burnt to the ground and covered in salt.
The Romans haven't been here yet.
Sorry, I was stuffing dinner in my face.
Stuff away, sir.
So how long have you and your wife lived in the village?
Oh, we've lived here our whole lives. Marna, her parents passed away when she was still young. She lived on her own. We always had a kinship, and that blossomed further. We got closer to our adulthood. Now we've made our own family here, but, well, hopefully it will remain intact. You can see he's holding back tears a little bit, but maintains his composure. Gives a heavy sigh.
Has there been other children disappeared? Or just the two?
There are rumors about years ago, but not that I have seen. Usually pretty quiet and uneventful here. The kids know to come rushing home if they catch sight of dangerous animal or strangers.
So this is the first time it's happened.
Well, there were, yeah, like I said, rumors years ago, but not in my lifetime.
Well, I hope we could find your children.
Says, "I have nothing but hope. I'm not going to give in to the worst of thoughts. Gods forbid it's a hag. I certainly hope you're wrong in that assumption." And he looks behind him, like subconsciously, says, "What reason have you for thinking it's a hag?"
We heard stories.
Well, I'd be careful about letting the rumors go to your head. Gods know I've had to keep the missus together and away from such speculation.
Well, whatever it is, we'll solve it.
So you will be at that point in the conversation coming out to see an old riverbed. The path that you've walked is somewhat well worn, a little bit overgrown. Looks like a place where children play. As you get closer rather, he gestures to the ground where you see a small shovel and bucket. Says, "I haven't had the heart to move those." And then he points further
Okay,
out.
I'm
You
going to
see
check the ground out.
hoof prints that go through the mud there. But then, They suddenly disappear.
Okay, I want to look for any other footprints as the child's footprints disappeared. I want to see if I can find any other tracks.
Can I please get a survival check?
You may.
Melissa? So you pick up another set of hoof prints, but those are not of satyr children. You can tell that those are from a deer. And just one set. But you see definitely a distinction between the 4 and 2-legged varieties of hoof prints. And
Do I know any disturbance in the nature, broken branches, anything
you're
that
surprised to
is,
find nothing at all. It looks like this place has not been disturbed besides the children playing. And you don't see anything else trails out. For Thrasios, you had stayed behind a little bit back at the inn. Thrasios has stayed behind to relieve himself. He will be joining you shortly. But Rick will gesture and shrug, give a heavy sigh. You can see again, to be at the scene is causing him emotional distress as he continues to hold back tears. He looks at
Sorry about that.
Arian Wind. They disappeared
I'm
here,
gonna
and it's been days.
pull my hawk out of the pocket dimension. I'm gonna ask Onyx to search the area for any darkened forest or anything
back.
natural in the area.
Onyx will squawk and take flight, begin circling above the trees.
And we'll just keep searching the area while he's looking.
All right, and while Onyx is in the air, Thrasios, you had hung back at the inn before catching up.
Yeah, just for a moment.
All right, and what is your moment?
I wanted to approach that old man that's arguing about a witch.
He looks at you with a little bit of contempt.
That's fine.
You, what do you want? Not from these parts? He kind of looks you up and down. Don't get many mer people out here.
Adventurer by trade, you know how it is.
Says,
Alright, couldn't help but overhear your argument. Pretty sure the entire tavern could, but what makes you think it's a witch?
Well, she turned me into a newt. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. That's from Monty Python.
Right?
The Holy Grail. I got better.
Let's weigh her.
There are ways of
Does she weigh the same as a duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Quote that whole scene. I'm pretty sure I could get it verbatim in a couple minutes to reflect. But
Right.
Says, well, yeah, that old riverbed out there. We haven't had anything happen, and all the while it's been dry. Now, all of a sudden, it's wet. We've got more missing children. Tell you it's the witch. Same witch as before. She's back, but I don't think she can come across. And then he lowers his head. I don't want Mona to hear. She's a good sort. Her and Rick. Good kids too, but, well, I don't think you'll find anything but their bones out there. And his
Where is this old riverbed?
kind of shrinks into more of a compassionate look. Says, oh, well, it's outside of town there, and he gestures vaguely toward outside the tavern. Direction of east. But he doesn't like very specific point. He kind of swings his finger and says, "Oh, that way."
Yeah, I think I'll go have me a look-see. And I head out.
Says, "Well, I did. Outsiders didn't even catch his name. Rude city folk." And that's the last thing you hear. He's talking to the person he was arguing with, who agrees as you leave.
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
On the rolls, there's 2 numbers. What's the second number? Like 6 red?
So what it is doing is it is rolling advantage automatically. If it doesn't come into play where you have advantage or disadvantage, we just default to the first number. If you fail a check, if your first number is low, you can use your inspiration to take the second number or roll again.
Alright, I was just wondering.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a Roll20 thing. I think I have it set up too. It should automatically roll damage for your attacks, whether or not you've succeeded. We'll find out probably eventually.
I think mine does.
Well, fine, sir. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you have to click an extra button for damage. I don't recall. I don't remember what I said for this table. We'll find out the hard way one of these days. So, because you had only lingered a moment, Gracios, you can actually see ahead, way down the road up north after you get out of the fork. It forks here, then has cobblestones and those buildings that you see on the right are behind the trees here. But further back, you can actually see the 3 forms of Avra, Arianwin, and Rick.
I'm in no rush to catch up, but I will. I'll keep them in sight, but I'll just keep distant for now.
Okay. Well, then you won't be able to hear their conversations, but you will come across the riverbed and you will see Arianwin send up his hawk, and it begins to circle above the trees. You can see the 3 of them kind of standing together, looking at the ground, looking about the woods there. And after a moment, the hawk will circle back down, land on Arianwin's shoulder, kind of peck at it, and then it bobs its head in a northeasterly direction.
So you found something on it.
Receive a squawk in response.
Alright. Looks like my hawk found something to the north.
Rick will say, "Well, I better leave this to the experts. I'm eager to find my children, but I don't think I could handle finding them in any other state than alive."
Well, it'll be safer for you in the village, anyway.
I am inclined to agree. Plus, I don't want to leave Marna alone too long with her thoughts, so if you are keen to take off, I will take my leave. Eagerly await your return there.
What time is it?
It's starting to get dark now. You guys arrived right about sunset, had some convos, and walked out to the riverbed, so darkness has crept in, gaining a little bit of that twilight vibe.
Okay, before these, I'll ask him if there's an inn in the village, or can you put us up for the night?
He says, "Yes, you met me at the inn, where the bartender, I believe, offered a room." He looks at you quizzically. "Are you okay, sir?"
Do you have a stable?
You did not see a separate stable when you walked up on it. The building itself appeared to be just the inn.
Alright, I'll just rest outside. I'll go behind the village and just rest there.
So it looks like Arianwin is following Rick back to the village. Avra and Thrasios, do you follow? Do you stay? You fly away.
Oh, I'm just casually following the group.
All right, and do you want to keep your distance, or would they be passing you on their way out?
Say again?
From where you're watching, because you had hung back a little bit, are they going to pass you on their way out and you'll join them then? Or do you want to maintain your distance and when you see them leaving, keep that distance?
Oh, no, I'm just casually approaching.
Okay.
I'll send my hawk back in pocket dimension.
All right. Onyx will squawk and zip away back into your pocket. And you are now, the three of you, together. Rick is walking a bit ahead, quiet in his reflections. He doesn't lift his head up to look around at buildings or anything. It's just eyes cast down on the trail, looking like he's following one step at a time. But the three of you are reunited on your way back to the village.
In the morning, guys, you find me behind the inn. All right.
Sorry, say again?
In the morning, you'll find me behind the inn. I'll be resting there.
And the innkeeper did mention that he had a room available that he said could accommodate the three of you. Didn't offer any more details, give price or anything. That was just his inquiry when you had first entered. Arian, it appears, has taken his leave around the outside.
Are y'all heading back to town?
Yeah, we're heading back to the village.
Not gonna look for the kids?
It's nighttime. We're gonna wait till morning.
Oh, you can't see in the dark.
Yeah, I don't think either of us can.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they sailors could. I stand corrected. I'm gonna look around for a little bit more. I'll head back after a moment.
Okay. Avra will then continue forth. Is there anything specific you're looking for, or just a general perusing of this new lake riverbed here?
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking around, fucking seeing if I can't find anything. I mean, I'm no investigator, but I'll try to find what I can find.
You are welcome to choose between investigation or survival.
Oh, wow.
The only thing you find of note is a small rabbit family, and they are hiding in the brush. It looks like they are aware of your presence and are trying to be hidden from your scrutiny. It looks like if you approach, they will probably dart, but you can tell. You aren't sure about the numbers, but you can see one large.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. The rabbit family will then
Little rabbit family.
unperturbed.
Yeah.
And if you're hungry.
So nothing along the riverbed there?
No, the riverbed itself is kind of muddy just because it's fresh. You'll be able to tell, as they mentioned, it was an old riverbed that just recently started flowing again.
Interesting. I wonder where it flows from.
Indeed. It looks a bit more easterly. Not as, so more east than northeast. The hawk kind of pecked and pointed toward an old deer trail that heads to the northeast. Riverbed itself, it looks like the river itself forks to the side of that and it's kind of curving. So while it could be routed from your vantage point, it looks like it heads further east than north. If that makes sense.
Let's see here. What do I got on my character?
trident.
Nothing I could really use. Alright, yeah, I'll head back to everybody else.
All right. And just to confirm, Ari and Wynn, are you going to immediately upon return just head to the back and the side and find a cozy place to curl up?
Yeah, I found it more comfortable in nature than
Yeah,
building.
certainly. You'll be able to find a large tree, gives you shade, cover from the rain if it happens. A couple of large roots sticking up that kind of form a little bit of a bed area that you can comfortably lean into. Avro, when you arrive back at the inn, Ari and Wynn wordlessly goes around and conclude, as they had stayed in the stables in the city, they're probably just avoiding the confines of man-made housing. And Thrasios hasn't caught up with you, so you are by yourself to re-enter the inn.
I'll see about getting the room.
Alright. Rick is back consoling his wife. He kind of rushed ahead a little bit and picked up his place the closer he got. They're sitting together at their table, looking tired and sad. Bartender tugs at his beard, whips the rag on his shoulder. So how can I help you, dear?
Oh, right. I'd like to book a room.
Says, yes, well, I've got just the one room. Usually don't get large group of travelers, but there are a pair of beds. I can get the fire going, start to warm it up. And I've got a stew on the fire. And he is interrupted by Rick stepping up, pulling out his coin purse. Please, let us cover the room. It's the least we could do. And before he allows you to tell him yes or no, he slides some coins across. The bartender scoops up, nods, looks back at you. Room's covered, and a little left over for food and drink if you like. That stew I made yesterday, but, well, it heats up just fine.
I will get some stew then.
Says, well, all right, I'll get that heating up, and I'll go get the fire in your room started. It'll be just a moment. He whips up the rag off of his shoulder, subconsciously wipes a spot, and then starts grabbing some makeshift clay bowls, crude eating implements, starts getting that ready. At which point, Thrasios will be coming back to town. Do you head straight to the inn, sir, or elsewhere?
I'm gonna meander around town for a little bit.
All right. You can tell now there are a few burning candlelights. You can tell from a few of the houses. Nobody is on the streets at this time. Stray dog walks across the street in the distance.
Any guards or patrols, or is there just some guy with a torch walking around?
Not even.
Huh.
Yeah, the only light you see is coming from a couple of windows where it appears those families are still awake. But yeah, it is a very dark, somber village at night. You go pet the puppy if you can befriend it, but it's a ways down the road. That's the only activity you see.
It's just a quiet little town in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's how they like it. That's why you got funny looks when you arrived. You are trespassing.
That's why they're easy prey for whatever it is.
Well, that's a criminal way of looking at it, sure.
Unless, of course, we're the prey.
Don't give me ideas.
Yeah, after a while and not seeing anything, I'll just head back to the tavern.
All right. By the time you have returned to the tavern, you can see Avra at the bar with a stew. There's a smoking bowl of stew at an empty seat. You don't see the bartender, and there are only Marna and Rick left. Others have left the building to go to their respective homes.
Is that for me? I say as I walk up to Avra.
Oh, sorry. I just realized that you could not hear me. Yes, that's for you.
She mutters something under her breath. You don't know if it was profanity or not. I'm kidding. I'm not forcing words on you.
Mutter.
Sorry, what was the response?
Yeah, it's for you.
Okay, got it. I'll just go over here and go fuck myself then. Yeah, no. I go and I'll sit down, start having some stew.
It is a little bit bland, but you didn't expect fine gourmet cuisine out here in the boonies. It's a little bit bland, but definitely hot. Warms you up. Goes down well. Nothing wrong with it, other than being reheated. A little bit thick, but
I don't know. I found Village food better.
chunks of meat and stuff.
But my character's just trying to piece together everything he's heard and what he has seen and what he hasn't seen into a picture.
Sure. Are you sharing that picture with Avra, or is it just contemplation over your meal?
I'm just contemplating for now. Should I roll for something, or do you just want me to do it?
I would have you roll if there was something that came up. What do you? Is there something specific you're looking for, or trying to figure out, or piece together, or is it just a general review?
It's just kind of general review, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this place because obviously something is going on.
Certainly. Can I have you then roll an insight, which is not your best skill, but best wit.
This is not my best skill.
Endeavors. So, all things considered, the kids definitely disappeared, and it's suspicious because there were no tracks with paws or claws. It was other hooves of like some kind of herbivore. So their disappearance appears to not have been, at least from your vantage point, from any kind of wild animal. But the disappearance itself being so sudden is suspicious. The villagers themselves are a superstitious lot. There are a couple of practical minds, and it seems they're very extreme in their views. It's either a witch and a curse, and it's returned to plague the village, or there's a logical explanation, we just haven't found it yet. But in general,
well, the fact that a witch and curse,
people are definitely
a witch and curse that has returned has told me that this has happened in the past at some point.
That has been alluded to. Again, the conversation about, I heard the crying, just like when I was a child. Stuff like that. You're like, so this isn't their first rodeo with weirdness. But again, a lot of people are talking about before, or my grandparents said, or in my lifetime, this has always been a dry riverbed. I don't know why it's wet now. Stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely, if it is something supernatural, you would conclude it's something that has plagued this village or the region before, rather than it being a new thing. That in itself, the final piece to your insight, it's probably not the hag you're looking for, but something is going on.
Yeah. I figured that the hag wasn't here. It was just a rumor. But yeah, something is definitely here. I just don't know what it is.
I agree.
I'm gonna wait for the bartender to get back.
Your stew is going to be about halfway finished when he comes wandering over. Says, got the fire going? I brought a bowl of stew out to your centaur friend, but, well, she wasn't stirring, so I just left it out there for her. Maybe she'll find it in the morning or in the middle of the night. I didn't want to disturb her. I don't know her disposition.
Friendly enough, just leery around city folk.
Yeah, it's a common occurrence.
Kind of like you guys.
Oh, we're a tight community. We don't cater well to strangers. Usually encourage people to pass through rather than linger, but, well, we'll have some patience for anybody who's looking out for some of our own. You find those kids, you'll definitely have friends here.
On that note, I keep overhearing rumor and conversation of it's come again, or it's the witch again, and various things like that. Has this happened in the past?
Well, I haven't seen it, but a lot of the older folk, they used to reminisce. There was a little bit of talk of kids going missing, and people have heard the crying before. I think you may have heard one of them going on about it here earlier. Can't say I'm
The
very
crying.
with it all myself. I've never had any kind of supernatural experiences. Like I said, and then he lowers his voice. It was probably a bear or a big cat. I think a critter probably got off with them kids. If you find anything, I don't think it's going to be pretty. He kind of gives you a grimaced look. He's just being shooting straightforward, like, yeah, it doesn't bode well. He has far less hope of their well-being than the parents who are sitting nearby and he's trying to avoid them hearing.
I'm getting a Hansel and Gretel vibe.
All right. Tell me about the riverbed.
Yeah, well, it's been dried up for a long time. They say the village here was actually founded when it was active years ago. Before my time, it dried up. I ventured forth to the headwaters to figure out where it comes from, or to the sea to see where it goes. I'm content to be here. But a lot of people are talking. Strange coincidence to have the crying and the missing kids happen parallel to the return of that river fork. But,
What's this crying that people keep saying?
well, they kind of describe it as a distant kind of moaning and wailing. Not like a sobbing cry, but definitely a bit forlorn, sense of loss. And he kind of shrugs. That's the
Where?
impression I've gotten. And he gestures wherever they might be. I don't think anybody's pinpointed it. And of course, not everybody believes it's even happening. Could be
All
a
right.
water bird wandered in too far from the sea and just has a strange warble. I think that's more likely than a curse and a witch and all of that.
Or Or maybe all the children's spirits haven't been able to cross over.
Ooh.
Surely could happen.
How's the stoof doing for you? And he looks between Thrasios and Avra, back and forth. Until he's gotten a little
Not bad.
comfortable. Might be fishing for compliments. It's good quality.
What's in the stew?
It's, fresh vegetables and a type of beef meat from your best taste. Some kind of land-dwelling creature. Not chicken. But it's just you've been treated to city food where they use more spices, there's more variety. It's a very simple stew with like a great foundation because it's fresh, locally grown vegetables, probably fresh and locally butchered meat. It doesn't look like this town gets a lot of traders through or is on the way of any kind of network, kind of isolated. So producing for themselves. And kind of the way, because you've traveled in Avra more than the rest of the party, but it's kind of one of those things where if you go into the city, into the produce section of the grocery store, things are a little aged, maybe wilted, maybe bruised, as opposed to if you go to somebody's house at their ranch, they've got fresh everything that's large sized and great shape and plenty to spare. Kind of that.
While I was in Laos, I found village food is better than city food.
For your taste, yes, most likely. Unfamiliar foreign spices and the like, getting into city food. But yeah.
Well, I'll just finish up and probably go to bed.
Avra, will you be following his lead? Did you want to linger awake?
Is like the inn still full of people?
It is empty except for Marna and Rick, who are at their table, looking tired and sad. They are the only other ones here besides the innkeeper and yourselves.
I found
Then
villages
maybe
have more food that's authentic than you find in cities. And stuff. Yeah, let us know when it's morning. If not.
Did Avra want to do more prior to bed?
No, if there aren't really many people here, then she'll just go to bed.
They're not. You can tell that Marna and Rick are stealing glances at you guys, but probably a mix of strangers in town and just kind of hope and appreciation that strangers will be taking up their cause. But they don't approach, they don't talk. If you make eye contact, they'll give a slight nod and avert their gaze. They don't appear to want to engage too much. And when you head to your room, you'll see Thrasios is already passed out. There is one bed, and then two bedrolls were set on the ground, not anticipating that anyone would be sleeping outside. Fire's hot, very comfy in here. Thrasios, would you have taken one of the bedrolls or the bed?
Probably one of the whatever Avra didn't want.
Well, since you went to bed first, you get first choice, because she lingered.
How many beds are there?
One.
I'll just take the bedroll then.
Well, Avra, it looks like the bed is yours. Big enough to accommodate a couple people, and you're small, so it's nice. Gives you room to stretch out. You can see Thrasios curled up in the bedroll near the fire. But without anything else, night will pass into morning. You actually will be woken by a knock on your door. You hear the familiar voice of the innkeeper. Say, food's up, fresh this morning. And you'll hear the steps on wooden floor moving away. But definitely
I'll head toward
pounding on the door to wake you guys up.
the tavern.
Upon coming inside, you will actually be up before Thrasios and Abra. You do wake up. Near you is a bowl of cold stew and a spoon. Just laying on the ground next to your belongings.
Okay, I'll have that for breakfast.
Okay. Well, after completing your cold stew, when you venture inside the inn, you are greeted by fresh smells of hot breakfast being prepared. You'd be led to believe that by sometime during the night, the innkeeper tried to courteously bring you some food, just left it there overnight, and now breakfast is being cooked.
Okay, I'm just gonna get some coffee at the bar.
Some what?
Hmm?
Tea, coffee, and whatever is hot.
He's got water or ale. Which would you like?
Hot bean juice.
Water sounds good.
These simple folk utilize or discover, or even prefer, perhaps, something like coffee or tea, at least at this inn.
Do they have any like herbal or anything?
Not at all. He doesn't have fancy spices or anything like that. No herbs.
Okay, I'll just have some water.
The ale is a honey base, if you're into that sort of thing. But
That's kind of early for you.
I'm inclined to agree, but he offers it nonetheless. The water is not glacial, clear, refreshing water. It's kind of tepid, and it's not like lukewarm. It's still a little bit cool, but not as cool as the stew was. Not as refreshing as water bottled Dasani. When Thrasios and Avra make their way to the main area, you will see Ari and Wen posted up, drinking out of a mug.
I'm gonna walk up to the party and say, my hawk found something last night. So I don't know, we're gonna follow it and see where it leads.
Oh, what did they find?
Oh, you can't actually tell me, but you could lead us to what you found. There's something strange. That's
Yeah,
There was something I wanted to.
deer trail that.
Yeah, there's something I wanted to check out myself.
like pointing toward the northeast.
Oddly enough, I found something that direction too.
So I guess that's our direction we'll be on.
Huh.
I'll have the hawk lead. It'll probably be able to lead us right to what it found. That was strange.
Yeah, it's fine. Probably has better eyes than I do, anyway. I'll take whatever he's serving for breakfast.
It is fresh eggs and bacon. And he says that he had started making biscuits, and the batch didn't work out well, so he has like some bread crumbles if you want to sprinkle them on, but the biscuits didn't hold together, they fell apart.
Huh.
He shrugs apologetically. I'll get him right tomorrow morning, if you're around.
idly nibble on my bacon. Have I seen any pigs in the area?
You have not seen them. You did when you first came into town here, distant, but you're only now realizing was pigs. You heard some kind of snorting or something in one of the houses you walked by. Like, oh, that must be what I heard last night. Was them rooting about.
Any foul noises?
There were a couple of free-range chickens when you first arrived that you saw crossing the street. You don't know why, because who knows why a chicken crosses any road, but you did see examples of them being here. Again, as it got darker, on your way back, they weren't there. They were probably roosting, but
They,
you saw
to
evidence
get
of
to the
these
other side.
creatures. You saw evidence of these creatures when you first arrived.
All right.
The question, why did the chicken cross the road?
You get away from my fat
Just
ass.
trying to be a little funny.
Fry that motherfucker right up. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna drink some water, and then I'm gonna take off.
All right. And for Avra, do you sample the breakfast?
Yeah.
With your friends?
Eggs and bacon.
All right. Well, since everyone is well rested and well fed, you're all welcome to have one inspiration to start your travels. Part of it anticipation, part of it dread. But do mark that everybody's got one, in addition to whatever you may have had. Technically, D&D is supposed to only allow for one at a time, but I like to stack it. Baldur's Gate lets you stack it too. But there's, on the character sheet, it's a yes or no toggle.
Well, the husband showed us where they disappeared at, and I sent the
Yes.
bird out,
Yes.
and he found something when he came back.
Yeah, and you guys can find, because Thrasios knows where the deer trail is, you guys can pretty easily locate that and move through the brush. It's not crazily overgrown, similar to the path that led you here. So you've got some morning dew, you can see glinting off some spider webs. Sunrise peering over the horizon. Pretty colors.
Yeah, we're gonna move. We're gonna move cautiously.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you will hear some rustling in the bushes a couple times as you're moving. And being cautious, you look ready for any kind of ambush or encounter, but whatever it is, decides to avoid you. Until you find yourselves led to an old abandoned hut underneath a tree, kind of on a cliffside, overlooking the area. You don't see any lights on, you don't see any activity, just an old hut. The deer trail leads to it, and another heads directly due east. It's kind of part of the same trail, it's like a curve, but there's definitely evidence of old passage to the hut. It does not look like this trail has been used in some time.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the party to stop here, and we're gonna survey the abandoned hut area for anything strange.
Any objections from Thrasios and Evra?
No, pretty much my idea.
So, perception roll?
Are you wanting to check out the outside, the surroundings of the hut itself before approaching it?
Yes, surveying the whole area for anything
Okay.
that's out of.
Then
Oh,
please.
I'll walk right up to the door and knock on it.
All right. Aryan Wynn, can I please get from you a perception check? Thrasios, while he is looking around, you hear on the wooden door, and the door itself it's a little bit crooked, just slightly hanging on the hinges. Doesn't look like it's been used or opened in a while. Hollow, thudding sounds from the door knocking with no response.
I gotta push it open. Look
Alright.
around.
Aryan Wynn, you have found nothing suspicious, no activity in the area here, it seems, for some time. There are no footprints, no animals, kind of quiet here. Maybe even suspiciously so. Not even.
So I think we should investigate the inside of. I think we should investigate the inside of the hut.
Well, your friend Thrasios has already taken the initiative to lowercase I to check out the house. Avra and Aryan, are you following him in?
I guess so, since he went. We don't want to leave him alone.
Sure you do. I mean, yes. Stick together. Avra, you as well?
Yeah. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, but yeah.
Trepidation on her part. Well, as you push inside, the only thing that's a discrepancy in this picture is the.
How the fuck does a deer trail get to that hut?
There's a slight hill. It's not that
Slight my ass. I'm just picking on you for the art. It's actually a cool picture.
That picture, yeah. So the only discrepancy in your top view is that fireplace is not actually active. It looks cobwebby and hasn't been used for a while. But if you have a fireplace, Midjourney is like, well, why have a fireplace if it's not lit? So anyway, it's not currently lit. You're welcome to light it. But you do see there is a bed separate from another bed. Again, everything in here has a little bit of a dust cover. It looks like your feet are the only ones to stir that dust in some time.
No, I'm good. Look around, I guess.
I'm gonna look pretty closely around and see if I can see any disturbances in the dust.
Alright. Well,
I'm looking around to see if there's anything of interest in the area.
Are you doing a passing look, or are you wanting to really? So what I'm asking is are you doing a deeper investigation, or general kind of overall perception? And yes, that is hinting at the rolls that I'll be asking for.
Oh, well, since I'm gonna, opening drawers, if I see a drawer or whatever, I guess I'm investigating.
Alrighty. Thrasios is checking out some of the furniture and drawers and such. Vra, are you checking out what?
I'm looking at the dust to see if anything's been
Just the dust itself?
disturbed.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if there's any disturbances.
Alrighty. And an investigation check from you as well. Aryan Wynn, your friends have started to take a look around. Avra doing a.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around on the outside of the hut for any disturbances.
You had done that already when Thrasios was knocking on the door. You did not find anything.
Oh, all right.
Other than kind of it's suspicious. There aren't birds or bugs chittering. It's very quiet here.
Is there a rug on the floor?
Is there what, sorry?
Is there any rugs on the floor?
Yes. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rugs of different.
I'm gonna look to see if there's any trap doors.
All All right. So,
What happened to my? It went black.
what happens? What?
My screen went pitch black.
It shouldn't be. Oh, does your token have vision? I swear I gave you your token vision. Oh, it has vision, yeah. Everyone should be able to see the art and the building.
Oh, it's back. It came back, but the screen is still all black.
I recommend.
You might need to like zoom out.
Let me reload, huh?
Yeah, reloading sometimes helps too. I know that the jump gate messes some things up and can be troubling and aggravating. Oh, you guys should have heard me on the Deadlands game the other day. Like everything I tried to do, I kept getting frustrated. Like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? I mean, golly gee, this is just a trial, the human spirit. So,
I'm going to look for a trapdoors.
all right, can I get an investigation roll from Ari and Wynn? Avra, you see nothing disturbed here. It doesn't even look like scavengers come through. You don't see rat droppings. There are cobwebs, but you don't see the source of where or how they were made. It looks very, very abandoned and unused. You would guess for a number of years. Thrasios, you find in one of those drawers an old journal.
Huh. Well,
Again,
I'll read it.
covered in dust, undisturbed. It is small, leather bound, and you recognize some of the symbols. It looks like a similar alphabet to the Greek alpha beta all the way through, but arranged in a way it looks like an ancient dialect that you are unfamiliar with. It would definitely take time to like try to translate it, figure out
Huh.
a parallel to your current, but yeah, it looks old and an unused dialect. There's a sense of familiarity to it, but not being a historian, you're like, oh, this is old. That's all. Arielin, when you check the rugs, not one of them has any kind of trapdoor or anything.
All right.
Do you see, because you're getting down and closer, thought you saw something under the bed over here where it looks like Thrasios is headed to?
I guess we'll check what's under the bed. I found it. Finally got everything loaded.
Hooray! And can you see the inside of the hut and the art next to it?
At the top of the page, you might have to scroll up.
I mean, even if you're zoomed out all the way in the middle of the screen, there should be. Hey, all right. We've got movement. So you can see, it looks like a cornhusk doll, and it's laying on top of. There's something in the floor, it's carved or chipped or something. Like the floor itself is disturbed in some unnatural way. You cannot tell because there is, in fact, a doll in the way. just be sitting.
Is it druidic in nature or ritual in nature?
The doll, it looks like a child's toy.
Yeah.
Like a doll that somebody handcrafted for a kid. It's a little bit dark under the bed, so you can't discern any details with it, but you can tell kind of the basic humanoid shape of it.
Well, I'm gonna pull out so we could examine it more.
All right. As your hands are reaching out toward the doll itself, you scrape a little bit on what is carved into the ground. And this is before you reach the doll itself. Can you please make for me a Constitution save?
All right.
Oh, wow. So you, as your hands go closer toward the doll, you feel a chill roll over yourself, but you're able to shake it off and grab the doll and pull it forth. And it looks like that. Avra, can you please give me an investigation roll? Or I guess it would be
Me?
perception rather than investigation, because you did your investigation. But your eyes might catch something. So yeah, basic perception. While you are checking around for dust and disturbance, your eyes catch a glimpse of something, likely not seen by the others because of your being closer to the ground. But it's coming from a shelf that is next to this little nightstand here. Yep. Creepy doll. Torfu's GIF in Discord chat. It does not swivel its head to look at you. It is just Cornhusky. Avra, upon closer inspection, you can see a ring. I
What
would
kind
like.
of,
Sorry, what?
what kind of ring?
It is metallic, of a silver shade. It is kind of by itself there. Nothing else on the shelf. It's kind of a little bit recessed back. But you definitely see it very clearly. The doll is not. God, that's freaky.
Right? Sometimes old fucking horrible horror movies are just some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
What do the markings look like?
You will have to get closer and make a perception check for me.
All right.
And in getting closer to it, I will need another Constitution save. In the meanwhile, Miss Avra, you have seen the ring again, a little bit recessed back on the shelf. Just sitting there being ring-like.
I kind of walk over to Avra. I hold the journal out to her. Can you make this language out? I can't quite read it.
Can I read it?
You cannot. The alphabet is somewhat familiar with some subtle differences, but it doesn't come together in a comprehensive way, and a couple of the symbols are completely foreign. Looks like language or dialect that likely evolved or somehow assimilated to what you would know as common with the Greek alphabet, but it is not that.
How heavy is this bed?
Oh, not very. You could definitely lift it or move it.
Yeah, we're just gonna flip it up.
It flipped the bed. Fuck this bed!
Just flip it.
Yeah, so we can get a look at this symbol.
Okay. Your head is filled with the sounds of sobbing. You take 3 psychic damage as you are overwhelmed with emotion. You see what appears to be a crudely carved symbol of a face with tears streaming down the cheeks and mouth wide open. As the sobs fill your head, you are overcome with a sense of fear that is going to linger quite a while. There's just something about that symbol, about the aura that sets you on edge. Again, coming from the symbol, not the doll you've acquired. But you are definitely now overcome with grief and fear as you stare at that carving on the ground after flipping the bed. Aver and Thrasios, you will hear him flip the bed over, but nothing thereafter. And to confirm, Avra, the journal is not discernible.
Um,
This-
I'm gonna turn my attention back to the ring. That feels suspicious. Do I see like anything that might indicate that it's some kind of magical ring?
As far as you can tell, it looks very mundane. There are no jewels on it. It is just a single band. And like everything else, covered in a bit of dust.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Excellent. I mean, golly gee, can you please make for me a wisdom save?
I knew it wasn't a normal ring.
Never is.
When is it?
I'm gonna use one of my inspiration.
By all means, go right ahead.
That was bad.
That's a bit better.
You start to feel profound sense of guilt overtake you, and you try to hold on and resist. You're like, oh, I had trepidation about this thing. I grabbed it anyway. You try to steel yourself. Alas, it is not enough. Thrasios, you see Avra reach onto the shelf of the nightstand there. You see her pull forth, and in her hand is a ring. And you see her, you can see tension in her face, and then it suddenly shrinks and fades, and she begins to sob. Heavy, deep sobbing. Her body is shaking. She is drawn to the floor with her sadness. Avra,
Ah,
your vision shifts, and you see a dark haired woman, pretty young, wearing all white. The vision flashes. You see inside the hut, you see that woman embrace a young man as he is departing. Rising sun painted in the sky is dark red. You see 2 children playing in the hut, faces undiscernible. You then feel a wave, and it blurs until you see the woman again, bent over that empty bed, tears streaming down her face. She's tearing a letter, some kind of parchment, into shreds. And then finally, you get another blur and a flash, and you see the man who had left earlier. He and an unfamiliar looking woman are holding the children that you saw playing, while the dark haired woman is screaming from the window of a mule drawn wagon, iron bars on the windows, moving away from the hut. And then suddenly, you're brought back. You can feel the cold and the wet of the tears streaming down your face. You feel a great ache in your chest. You felt that woman's sorrow as if it were your own. And you look up, and there's Thrasios. How is Thrasios responding to her sudden crying fit that appears to be developing all of her emotions? Again, she was down to the floor, like just started bawling out of nowhere. Curled up.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna like relay everything I just saw. I'm also going to not hold the ring, like I'm gonna put it back.
As you place
But
the ring
I'll,
back
I'll
on the shelf, you are able to regain some of your composure. That feeling of guilt and pain slowly starts to go away as you are brought back to yourself. You hear, and it was kind of distant and separate from you, but you realize Thrasios was standing over you, asking if you're okay, while you have placed the ring back.
so I'll tell him that I'm fine, and then I'll explain everything I just saw.
So, meanwhile, Arian, when you were overcome with emotional feelings as well, but yours was more a sense of fear, trepidation, and that is still lingering. But as you're kind of becoming accustomed to that, you will have heard suddenly sobbing coming from the other side of the house. Not the distant, kind of ethereal sobbing you heard upon meeting the symbol, but this is actual sobbing inside the hut. If you look over, you're going to see Avra on the floor crying, suddenly coming to putting something on the shelf of the nightstand. Thrasio standing over her, looking concerned, and she begins
Ever,
shouting
is
something.
ever
Her voice is
alright?
quiet, so you'll have to get closer to hear what she is saying to him. And it all happens very quickly for you, kind of simultaneously. And while the fear lingers in you, you are getting more to yourself and realizing that Avra just had an experience as well.
Ever, are you alright? Is she alright, Cassius?
Something to do with that ring.
Yeah,
I have to go. I gotta go check something out outside.
yeah, this place is giving you the creeps. More than already you're worried about confined man-made spaces and domiciles, but you're definitely very freaked out.
I want to go toward where the cars are.
Avra is sharing her experience. She's just talking quietly and working through the end of the sobs. And so you'd have to get closer to actually hear her retelling of that. But it sounds like you have aspirations of getting out of here and going outside.
No, I want to go check out. Yeah, I want to go check out where that crying is coming.
Oh, so you heard two different bits of crying. One seemed ethereal, kind of all around you, yet distant at the same time. And that accompanied the fear, and that was upon the unveiling of the symbol in the floor. You know for certain that it was Avra who was crying now. You just happen to, like, as you're kind of coming back into yourself, you realize in the hut itself was crying, and that's where you see Avra
Oh, okay.
regaining her composure. Yeah, so it definitely didn't come from like outside here. Again, something more ethereal, supernatural. You get a sense of it being otherworldly than present.
So, Amber, what happened?
I'll mention the visions again. And I'm also gonna caution both of them to not pick up the ring.
Okay, you said you saw a wagon outside with a cage.
I think so.
Yeah, the final part of the vision was the man and some other woman holding the children, and the dark-haired woman was screaming from inside the wagon that had iron bars on it. She's clenching those bars, crying and screaming from the back of the cart that is galloping away from the hut. Also, it looks like in this vision, the deer trail that you came up on used to be wider. It looks like it has been overgrown quite a bit because, at least for her vision, she saw a much more wide open road, but definitely the exact same hut, the tree, the location, all of that present.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside and see if I could find any tracks of any heavy laden wagons.
So you, upon reflection, and this is free, you don't need to roll for it, you realize that the path that you took to get here must have been a more heavily used road in the past, but now that there are no inhabitants here, it's been able to grow over and be just an animal trail.
Children were abducted recently, right? Or they disappeared recently.
To clarify, the people in the vision were human, and the missing children are satyrs.
All right,
So
so
the children that
this
she saw were definitely not the same children that you're looking for.
this actually is not the place we were looking for. There must be another area.
Your princess is in another castle.
Yeah, I think we're done here. I don't think there's anything here that is going to help us. Whatever happened here happened a while ago.
There's definitely the impression everyone will have gotten from their various investigations, taking in the state of things inside, and of course, Avra's vision filling in what appeared to be looking at something in the past tense. But Arianwin's eagerness to leave the shed is definitely heavy because that fear sense you have is still with you, as opposed to
Yeah, I'm going to go outside the cabin. I'll pull my hawk out of the pocket dimension. I'm going to ask him, is this the place that you found, or did you find something else?
it squawks, pecks at your shoulder a couple times, and then it cranes its head to the east, following the path that is there.
Oh, Alex, so we should go further east?
Hey, if you want to, it's not telling you or suggesting anything. It's just responding. But meanwhile, inside the hut are still Thrasios and Avra. whatever.
Yeah, I have thoughts, but
Ooh,
yeah, I have thoughts, but I'll ponder on it.
fair enough.
Thrasios will walk out.
You're welcome to follow Thrasios or be left in the creepy abandoned hut by yourself.
Yeah, something interesting going on, but not what we're looking for. So I'll follow them outside.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the hawk to show us what he found in the east. We're going to let the hawk lead us.
You are given conveyance of images that include the trail, and then something. You get a sense of something because again, the hawk had spiraled up as opposed to being at your eye level. It looks like some kind of the best thing you would call it would be a treehouse further down the trail, and then much further beyond along that way is a river. But again, this is kind of distant. This is kind of based on a bird's eye view, not ground level where you are.
Okay, I suggest we move in that into the east. You guys agree?
You are welcome to do so. It is getting closer to noon. The sun starting to climb and reach its zenith.
Yeah.
I seen a treehouse down toward the east, and also the riverbank.
Lead on.
All right, we're going to go ahead east toward the tree.
All right, so before I switch this over, we are 5 minutes away from 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Are you guys able to continue a bit? Should we transition here, leave with a cliffhanger? If you have
I'm able.
things and stuff going on, like school in the morning or work tomorrow. This is my work, so I'll be doing more of it tomorrow, but that doesn't impede our session. How's everybody feeling? Should we transition here or carry on?
What do you guys think?
I'm good with either.
I do have class in the morning.
Okay, and don't feel bad about that. I hear a little bit of the trepidation in your voice, like, don't be.
Yeah, go on, call it.
You have real life going on, and so cheers. That is okay. So then I will go ahead and give you a cliffhanger to land on. You're moving through the path, and as the sun continues its march, you see up ahead. Again, because you have said a couple times that you're moving cautiously, you're not trying to hurry or anything, you're on alert. You see some swirling orbs of light in the path ahead of you. And that is where we shall close.
A will-o-wisp.
Ooh.
The same. I don't know what level each of your characters may be familiar with the will-o-wisp. I feel like by tale, rumor, legend, or even personal experience, because you guys mostly come from nature. Maybe not Thrasios being more on the sea, but it's possible you guys are all familiar with what a will-o-wisp is. But we will find
Yeah,
out.
too bad we don't have a mage with magic missile.
You have a druid with a pocket hawk. That's close, right? Alrighty. Well, that there is where we shall close for the evening with a happy, fun cliffhanger of that.
Thank you for a good game.
Oh, always my pleasure. So I have a question. Can you guys see the art to the right of the map, or do you only see the map?
I only see the map that the trail's on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Jumpgate continues to suck. if you change the size of the cells, which this didn't happen before, if you change the cell width, it changes the size of the grid, but not the dimensions of the table. Now, changing the cell size changes the dimension of the table. And what do I have to get to? Like 52 here on the width instead of like all of the numbers are different. You should now be able to see separate art. I don't know if you have to refresh or if maybe you have to move your tokens, but there is art to the
No, I got it.
I see it now.
I see it.
Okay. So I just saw I saw a line to indicate the map border, and I was like, that's in the middle. That isn't stretching all the way across. So one more thing to be annoyed by with the new jump gate transition.
Or just report the bug.
Pay attention to that. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bug. I think they might be doing it on purpose, which is really super annoying, but that's only because I've gotten used to the old way. Like, I can very quickly adjust, as you saw there, but it's still more things I have to click, and like another frustration. I like you guys to land on a page, and if there's fun scenic art there, see it right away instead of having to click buttons. Like, anyway.
Oh, I had to ask you guys. Did you guys see the new 5th edition video game? It's called Solasta.
Alright.
Oh, that
And
Let's look it up.
it's playable for.
It's similar to, I would say it's similar to Baldur's Gate. It's not as visually pretty because it's more indie, but it does have the 5th edition rules with it and storyline. Also, too, I haven't played with it, but I'm pretty sure you can like make your own scenes in it.
Yeah, it has a workshop.
Yeah, so like you could technically use it as like a dungeon crafter of some sort, but I haven't ventured into it. I played like the intro a couple times and was like, it hasn't grabbed me yet. I might give it another try. We'll see.
Yeah, it's replayable really good because you could keep on playing in different campaigns that the players make. Because the workshop, they put the campaigns in the workshop.
Oh, so you can download other people's stuff and play it through?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Right now, there's like 749 different campaigns already made.
Good grief. That's a lot. I'll definitely
Some of them are multiple downloads. They got their campaign in sections.
Okay.
Like they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I've got the game in my library, but it's not installed right now just because other stuff caught my eye. But I will definitely, one of these days, sooner or later, give that a look-see. Very cool.
The actual one that the devs made, I found to be bugged. Well, it's bugged if I want to use the business mod, which is I'm bringing 6 characters instead of 4.
Oh.
But it won't work with the original campaign. But with the players' campaigns, it works fine.
Yeah, I reckon like the original creators, of course, they work without the mods in there, so. But it's good to know that they have mods available. That's more customization or more flavor, more things to tinker with.
Well, there's one major mod. There's not any other one. The mod is what it does. It has all different sections. It has rules, how much experience. It has everything. It's changing the UI, everything. It's like one huge big mod that you could change everything you want to change.
Nice. Yeah, I like customization. I'll give it a try sometime.
Yeah, get the mod. It's called Business Center, but you need a Unity mod manager for it.
Oh yeah, that's common. I use mods with almost every game I can play. Like Fallout and Skyrim is always super heavily.
Alright, well,